Welcome everybody out to podcast number 494. Today we're going to talk about total participation. Stay with us.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome everyone. I hope you're doing well. I am headed to the airport to head to St. Louis to go do a job project assessment, and it's just going to be a quick day trip, but the show must go on. We record so much stinking content over here at Elevate Construction that we need to get going. So I'm going to do a little series about total participation. And the first podcast topic here I want to cover is about the overall concept of total participation. Now, let me give you a little bit of a background. I learned this from Paul Akers. Paul has a keen ability to distill down into understandable formats and language the key components that are crucial to the implementation of lean. And total participation was one of those that I had been ignoring before he talked to me. I had him on a podcast. I was interviewing him generally, but it was really an interview about his book, Banishing Sloppiness. And it's a great book. He talks about the origins of lean. He talks about Japan. He talks about how Japan has a rice culture, which is a family culture. He talks about how they live on an island where resources are literally scarce. So they have to respect resources in Japan. Absolutely fantastic book. One of the things that he talked about was total participation. His book, 2 Second Lean, really got me on this kick, even though I didn't know what to call it, because with Paul Akers, he pretty much requires everybody to participate and to buy into their culture. So they have a really great culture. The next podcast, I'll talk to you about creating a culture with total participation. But in his factory, in his business, in his building, you clean the bathrooms. You're a part of a team. You participate in morning huddles. You take before and after videos for lean improvement ideas. This is just how you work. That's just how you do work. They have total participation. So yes, he respects people. Yes, he creates stability. Yes, he teaches them about the 8 waste and 5S. Yes, they do videos. Yes, they're focused on continuous improvement, but it's not just some kind of effort. It's not just an email. It's not a memo. It's not something on the wall. It's not a core value that's on a wall. It's total participation. Everybody in that building, everyone in that building is participating in this environment. And if they don't want to participate, they leave or they get fired. And if they do participate, they become a part of the team and a part of the culture. And that's what happens. So I was naive enough and hopeful enough to think that I could implement this on a construction project. So at the Bioscience Research Laboratory, I had decided that we were going to create visual systems, which is a part of the total participation, where when a worker came up to the project site, they would see signage. They would see clearly where the smoking area was, clearly where the parking area was, clearly where they were supposed to go. Everything would be organized. The gates would be organized. The walkways would be organized. The huddle areas would be organized. Every floor had a visual lean board that showed where valves were, what the schedule was, and where things should be staged. There was visual systems on the hoist. There were visual systems everywhere. I mean, it was just pretty phenomenal. We spent a lot of money on signage, but I was determined to get everybody acting as a group, just like Paul Akers was saying. And so one of the main things that I did was implementing morning huddles. Worker huddles in the morning. I'm not talking about foreman huddles. I'm not talking about the daily huddles of the last planner system. I'm talking about a morning worker huddle where you gather and talk to the workers, everybody on the project site. That's what I'm talking about. Those worker huddles are probably the single most impactful thing that I've ever done in my entire career, because that is one of the main things that got us to where we were working with total participation. We taught every day there's a motorcycle. We taught every day, this is what the owner expects. This is what they paid for. This is why we're going to be the cleanest, safest project anywhere. This is what we saw yesterday that was good. This is what we saw yesterday that could use some improvement. Hey, we really care about you. We're going to have a barbecue. Hey, please take care of the bathrooms, and I'll tell you why it's important. Hey, here's a lunchroom, and we left Doritos and salsa, not Doritos, tortilla chips and salsa for you. We bought you sodas. We're going to have a competition at the end of the month. Or it's Thanksgiving and we bought you guys pies. Or, hey, everything was so clean, we're going to dog off 2 or 3 hours early today. Or whatever. We were always talking to the workers in those morning huddles, creating a culture and encouraging everybody to act as a group, to see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group. And so every day we would create that culture. And one of the main things, and actually I'm probably going into the second podcast a little bit too much here, but one of the main things was it creates proximity, and they get to know the leaders of the project site. And once you know somebody, you'll either form a negative or positive connection. We formed positive connections, and they were more motivated to implement the things that we were asking them to do. And so we taught them with little cards. We printed out 8 waste cards. We printed out 5 S cards. We taught everybody on site about the system. We taught them about the 8 waste. We talked about 5S'ing. We encouraged and paid for everybody to get 25 minutes after the huddle to go set up their day. We praised people. And once we found out good ideas, we did shout outs in those morning huddles. And we recorded those videos and showcased those videos to the foreman and to the workers. And we gave out awards. And so everything that we did from the start was to gain total participation. And from some of the other things that you hear me talk a lot about with respect for people and stability, right? If they have the nice bathrooms, the lunch areas, and the huddles and all of these systems that really help them to want to participate, and then you give them the huddles where they can participate, and then you reward them so they keep wanting to participate, then you can get total participation. So my short little podcast message here is, I don't care if one person knows what the plan is. I don't care if 12 people knows what the plan is. I want to know if all 380, all 210, all 50, everybody on site, I want to know if everybody knows the plan. So if you imagine in your mind a little percentage graph, how much of the plan and culture does your project manager know? Is it 1, 50, 40, 80, 90%? Great. Keep that in your mind. How much does the superintendent know of the plan and the culture? Is it 50? Is it 80? Is it 90? Is it 100? How much do the project engineers and field engineers know of the plan and the culture on site and where we're headed? Is it 50%? Is it 60%? How much of the plan and the culture do the foreman understand? Is that 40%, 50, 60%? Then how much do the lead persons and the workers know of the plan and the culture? Are they perfectly aligned with you and where we're headed that day? Is that somewhere around 10 or 15 or 30%? Where is it? How much does the most entry-level laborer sweeping and pushing a broom know of the plan and the culture? Is it 10%? Is it 5%? And the goal for total participation is to two parts, is to get more people knowing higher percentages of the plan and the culture, and through zero tolerance and high levels of kind accountability, kind candor, and respect-based enforcement systems, respect-based zero tolerance, can you get people to act according to the plan and the culture? And so that's really what I'm talking about with total participation. I don't care, again, if one person knows. I don't care if 12 people know on the project management team. I want to know, do all 180, 380, 500,000, 50 workers on your project site know the plan and understand the culture? And are there systems in place to where there is a survival and incentive system for them to actually act that way? That's when you create a culture, when you have the beliefs and actions of an entire group with total participation. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help